Hi, I'm Brooke, and I'll be your counselor for the next couple of sessions. But before we get started, I do want to let you know that if you feel uncomfortable with any questions or anything being asked in this time, like we can stop whenever. Or if you feel like you need a break or anything, we can just take a couple minutes to go for a walk or get a drink or anything. And I will be writing some things out just so I don't forget about them. But if you want to look at anything I'm writing down, you're free to do so. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, what kind of suggested you to come see me?
Um, my dad was the main reason because my dad wanted me and my brother and himself to visit somebody and talk to them about our problems.
Okay. Um, so which kind of problems are tying into this? Was there a string of them or?
Yeah, I've had a rough 2 years. 2 years ago, I lost my mom in a car accident. My dad and her were both in the car, and she died in the car accident, and my dad got really hurt.
Okay.
And then my boyfriend broke up with me, and just kind of a string of things went on from there.
Okay. Have you been to counseling in the past because of this?
I've spoken to a few people, but it hasn't really felt like there was any benefit other than the counseling we did. We went to a counseling service as a group in the hospice after my mom died.
Okay. Do you remember the days that you went? On the
Not
time that you had gone?
specifically. It was right after my mom died, and we were there for a few months.
Okay. Do you feel like it was a good experience in the sense, or was it bad?
I think so. I felt better, not fully, but a bit. I felt a bit better afterwards. And I felt like me and my dad and my brother got to spend some time together, which was good because I knew my dad was really upset and he didn't really seem to want to spend a lot of time with us, but spending time with him just made it feel better.
Okay, and from those past counseling sessions, have you guys created any goals or anything to get from these?
Um, I don't know, but my dad, he works really hard and he wants to work hard for us and try and do everything that my mom used to do. But I really feel like that's on me because I'm the only girl in the house, so I do feel like that's on me and I should be trying to do the things that she did before.
Okay. Have you ever been on any medication for anything from the last 2 years?
No, I haven't.
Have you had to take any hospital trips for mental health reasons or substance use reasons?
Um, yeah, I have visited a few times, but that was because of my mental health and I had a few suicide attempts.
Okay. Do you remember the dates and where you went for these?
Not no.
No. Have you gained any strengths or anything, or the idea of any strengths that you have that you want to focus on?
Not really. I've lost a lot of motivation. I used to be super motivated to do stuff and like now I just want to stay home and I don't really want to go out because everything just feels like a chore and I don't really want to talk to anybody.
Okay. And back to the family part, has your family ever had any different issues going on, like health, mental health, substance abuse, anything like that?
Yeah, my is like the main issue. And my brother, he does have ADHD and ODD, but my dad has been like the main issue. It it kind of started after my mom died. He really seems to be struggling and like doesn't have any help really, and he kind of shuts the world out a little bit. So that's a huge part.
Okay. And what about any substance use?
Um, my friends drink sometimes, and sometimes I'm part of it, but I don't like to do it a lot.
Okay. And what about any abuse that you guys might have gone through or anybody in your family's gone through? Like physical, sexual, emotional?
Yeah, when my dad was younger, he talked about his parents abusing him. So that's what he doesn't really like my parents or need it on his side. But he likes the grandparents on my mom's side, like my mom's parents, but he doesn't really trust them. He has an issue trusting a lot of people.
Okay. What about any legal issues that they might have gone through or you guys might have gone through?
Um, None really other I don't know if this counts, but my dad is struggling to pay our bills right now, so there's an eviction notice. And I don't think he knows that I know about it, but there's an eviction notice and he's really struggling to try and pay all of our bills and everything on his own. I don't know
Okay.
if that counts, but
Yeah. So that could also kind of tie into the economic part about it. Is there any other economic type of things going on within the family?
not that I know of. My dad doesn't tries not to talk to me about it, me or my brother.
Okay. So, did you want to kind of elaborate further on anything that we've talked about or kind of go in depth about other things if you're comfortable with it?
Well, I haven't really talked to anyone about this, but I kind of want to get it off my chest. One time I took 5 of my brother's ADHD pills, and that was like a goal for me to like end it. Like I didn't think there was a purpose to living, so I really felt like I didn't belong anymore because my mom is gone. And I went to bed, but then I woke up the next morning, and yes, I am grateful for that because honestly, I do want to be there for my brother, but it was just really hard to think about all the time.
Okay. And was that the time that you did go to the hospital for that mental health reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I almost had another trip not too long ago. When I was at school, I went to the bathroom and I went to go cut my wrist, and somebody walked in. And then they got the principal, and then the principal called my dad.
Okay. So, did you end up doing anything, you and your dad, about that situation? Did you go seek help for that? Did you go to the hospital for that?
That's here, or that's why I'm here.
Okay.
It's like that was the last event that my dad really thought that I should come talk to somebody.
Okay. So out of these kind of counseling sessions, is there anything that you want to gain from it that you can use further when you leave here?
Um, Maybe techniques to kind of help me stop with like the suicidal, I don't behavior ish. I don't want to die. I do want to stick around and watch my brother grow up and be able to help him because I know he's been struggling a lot too. So I don't want to, but maybe techniques or I don't know, exercises or something.
Yeah, so do you feel like you have strengths right now, whether it being things that you do or things that you feel proud of yourself for that you want to use?
Um, I like to read,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I'm good at writing, and I do feel that I can express my feelings when I'm comfortable, but I wouldn't normally go out of my way to express my feelings. So,
Okay. Further, when we do go more into these counseling sessions and you figure out some more strengths and goals that you want to go through, do you think that you're going to use them after we're done these sessions? And how do you think that you'll kind of use them?
I hope so. I think that I could use them in my everyday life, and I hope that I do gain some more strength and I can feel more motivated to do all the things that I used to do and feel better about it.
Okay, so this is a really great process, and I think our first session went really well. If you would like to, you can start kind of a journal log that you can kind of talk about your feelings or the activities that you did on like your good and bad days in the sense. Um, if you would like to bring this into our next session, it's totally up to you, but if you do, we can definitely use it to kind of discuss the content and go based off of that. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, it was really great talking to you, and I really do look forward to more sessions with you.
Thanks, me too.
Okay.